And, you know, if you have a Nocturne who's trying to get into the backline, you want to make sure you're as far away from him as possible. The Caitlyn is definitely going to make that easier. As we see the Volibear looking to come through here as the final pick in the jungle. So the composition ends up rounding out here with Karma.
There's a bit of a front line as we are ready to jump into game number 1. Match 8 here. HLE Esports up against Gen G. And off we go. Deft on his famous Caitlyn once again in 2021.
Johan coming over here once again, and they are in a risky spot. TF.
Okay, well, this is a counter engage if I've ever seen one, with the Nocturne ultimate being used, but he's in the mid lane. Flashing in at 3 here is Klid. And now we have the TP coming in from, it looks like, Morgan, as he's looking to get the Cogball into the back line, but not actually able to do too much damage. Finds BDD, who flashes away. And Gen Z are able to keep them at arm's length here and at range, and nobody will die.
It's actually a really cool exchange. So Life's still in the same rough position though he was moments before. This time Klid's nearby, however. He's coming all the way around.
Yeah.
Has not been seen, I don't think.
It's a bunch of summoners that were used, and this is a level 6 Volibear gonna just jump on Deft and take him down. The Caitlyn.
Total under a turret, so it's very difficult to actually really bully him or to get tons of value. And if you do overextend, you can get punished.
Oh man, and look at this. Look at the way this 1v2 is going. That is not good news. Deft almost dies, but, you know, calculated at the end, I suppose you could say. This is a great thing. Oh, we're actually going to have a 2-on-1 here, and Rascal is just caught out. He's going to flash away, and he gets away from the gold card, but Exhaust and Everfrost and the Equalizer. So much used to get this kill. Nice gold card on the BDD, kind of shuts down any further response.
They even used the Destiny as well.
Yeah. Just everything on that topside Nocturne.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. The timing of this. Now Ruler is alone.
Ulted. Is that going to kill him? Oh, that was close.
So he ends up wasting as well a very critical flash here, in fact.
Oh man, Johan actually does an insane amount of damage. BDD though looking to turn it around. Here comes Klid with the Predator, trying to hop on in, and Johan is just dead meat with Life coming up here as well. He will be able to secure that kill onto Johan, who went just a little bit too deep. Taken down. And here we go. We're going to have to fight the Destiny straight into the back. This catch that this comp has is pretty huge, but look at Rascal in the back line. Life goes down, and Rascal is all alone.
They actually pull this off. I really didn't think they were going to be able to have the coordination to make this happen. You have the Destiny come through. It's so perfectly timed here. And even with Wild Growth, it's just not enough to save Gen G. They can't turn it. Paranoia, it not held very long, actually used to try to get a counter kill on the other side. Rascal is blown up instantly as well, and 2 kills means that they can actually look for a Baron play here.
Yeah, and you see that BDD is looking to make the super play, but the Shuriken is going to miss. Klid is okay.
Karma's pretty good.
Yeah, BDD, he has to go in 1v5. Can he make something happen? He gets a kill. But HLE do have a lot of tools, right? As here we go, the Equalizer, they're looking for the engage, and Life just disappears. See you later. I think if you're Gen G, you want to have any hope of winning these fights, you got to group up and keep your squishy guys alive, because the amount of range damage and catch that HLE have in their composition might just negate everything that Jay
have. Really long CC with the gold card. Like that's something that you cannot really forget about if you're Gen G. Like, look at Toby, he's like, run from me by myself, I will gold card take half your health. Goodbye, Ruler. You are not allowed to team fight, you are not allowed to defend this turret, you are gonna have to go home. But in this particular case, he's using it as extra threat. So Morgan once again to look for the engage.
Destiny Gate does come in, and they're actually looking to the mid lane. Toby maybe not looking at the bottom side, and now Kog'Maw's trying to get that kill, but Sonya's is going to keep him alive. Can they actually take down Toby? No, they can't. Then goes BDD, immediately gets gold carded in the face, and that's not going to be a kill. He was looking for the 1v5 play there for the assassination shutdown, but he did not have that cleanse here.
Yeah, it's like if you're in gold card range, if you're in rapid fire cannon range, like you've already lost.
Like this? Yeah. You gotta be careful. I mean, he might just die. Like, immediately he has to flash the wall to try to get out of this one. Where is the Kog'Maw? He can't do anything.
This is so insane. Gen G might be out of this game.
Yeah, BDD's gonna go down, and this is how Gen G's comp falls apart. The pick and the amount of damage that this TF is doing is too much for Gen G to handle.
Well, this might be one of the most exciting games I think we've seen of the whole split so far. This is so well played from Hanwha Life from start to finish. Every single moment where it feels like Gen G might be able to start this poke fight, they might be able to take an exchange. Remember, they have the Paranoia, right? They have really strong engage with the Volibear, but it's just one gold card, and suddenly your whole comp falls apart.
Lid, can you do it?
Oh,
You've
wait.
got an ult and a... No. Ult and a dream. Turns out that the dream is a meme today.
I mean, there have been a few overextensions, let's say, on the Kog'Maw, but
All right,
Paranoia.
this is one way to do it. Try to isolate the TF and take him out. Down will go the Rumble. That's a really nice pick from the side of Gen G, but immediately, okay, well, BDD's going to potentially go down here. There's the trap. Ton of damage comes out of depth, just bursts him down. Hanwha Life grouping up as a team now, just trying to siege some turrets. And the cleanse and the flash is about to be available for the Kog'Maw with the wild growth. So this is one of those times where Gen G are actually strong. Chovy without his flash.
Look at all the
one
wards.
auto, and the equalizer, and wild growth has to be used. But look at the damage from well, BDD's gone. Somehow he got in there. He was doing a lot, but then he immediately just disappeared in the shroud. And of course, Rascal tried to follow, but immediately got gobbled up.
Look at all the wards across this part of the map, too. Yeah, but can they get out? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Hanwha Life are going to be like, no, you can't just do this. But Paranoia comes down, denying all the vision, and the Baron is going to go the way. And look at Toby, he's being tucked down. Did Gen G find the win condition? I think they have. They take down the Baron, and now Ruler's just frontlining. He's able to get the one, can't get anything else, but Gen G are coming back in this game.
Gen G need to be able to back here. I feel like when we talk about the Elder Drake, though, with these compositions, like Chovy hits you with that rapid fire cannon, you die, right? Yeah. So they cannot get that one up.
They're going for it. Chovy's in. He looks for the gold card, but BDD will take him down, and Ruler is still alive. And now there's a front line for Ruler to just fight front to back, and they're in the back line now of Hanwha Life. Gen G, they have done it. They have won this game somehow, some way. 45 minutes in. Unbelievable. They will get the clean ace at 45 minutes, and they will take the game.
And very much a one moment where Hanwha Life Esports see blood in the water. They pull the trigger. They think they can get that single pick. They can win the 5v4 and push to win the game. But it doesn't happen that way. For the first time, it feels like throughout the entirety of this 45-minute game, their turn is quick. It's on top of Chovy. He is shut down in less than a second and a half. And that
it may have just come down to that.
I really don't think you can be upset with Hanwha Life for this game, though.
No,
it was
absolutely not.
Going to scale up. Composition for Hanwha Life Esports doesn't feel like it gets as much power from the Karma because you don't have that execute damage. Even if you do zoom the Rumble forward and he gets a really long range equalizer, there's no way to execute this out of position on Hanwha Life Esports. So as we head into the second game, the onus really is here on Hanwha Life Esports to make this draft that feels like 60% of what is a strong draft come to fruition, because
you know,
and a face breaker just for good measure, and maybe the like defensive Gnar ultimate. Yes.
So many tools.
But, you know, it's the amount of damage. Clid's coming in.
So there's no flash here on Vista, so he looks like he's just dead. Although a kill traded back here by Deft. Really nicely done to make the most of it. Ruler really struggling to make it into that fight from Johan. But Johan's like, I still got your Raptors and your Crux. Now, Clid is down here again. Yep. Seems like Hanwha Life haven't really read into this possibility.
Deft has flash, but he's so far out of position.
They're just going to go for Vista here again. If they get the knock-up, I think he's just dead. Easy kill, and they had no idea. Great pathing from Clid to make his way down there, and Hanwha Life just caught with their pants down once again. He's on the hunt again.
Chovy's in trouble.
Clid, he loved the action from game number 1, and now Chovy's like, yeah, let me just go ahead and CS.
Yeah. Chovy was like, do I try to kill BDD or do I get these minions?
Just first gank, and this is the third gank.
Okay, Vista's dead again.
And they had the kill over to BDD.
Then he had to deal with that, so he couldn't rotate down. It's perfect timing.
Oh, Rascal is looking for it, but he's going to come face to face with the enemy jungle. He will not get the kill, and Johan is in position to deny that. Oh, I do not believe that Johan saw him. And Clint knows exactly where he is. So here we go with the equalizer down, just trying to get away, but he ults and predicts it, and Clint is just stomping Life tonight. What is going on?
Rascal comes through too. It's not over yet.
And here's BDD. He's up here on the top side too. He wants part of the fun. Thick front line, as we mentioned during the pick ban, and you kind of just play defensive. You're like a brick wall, and you try to deny the engage. This is just a 1v1 that Rascal might just go for, and that's going to be it. The Paranoia execution.
Volibear composition. Yeah. That's not a good thing. That's not something you ever want to have to do.
Uh-oh. Here we go. No Feather Storm used just yet. Everybody is teleporting into this fight. The Paranoia will be used, and Gen G say, hey, you want to go? We're going to go. They're jumping in onto Vista, and there it is. The execution comes out from BDD. Nice amount of damage is being thrown out, though, and now the Wombo combo comes out from the Gnar, and the Xayah pulls in all the feathers. Johan burns them to a crisp, and that is the ace going the way of Onward.
Gen G forgot who they were came
He has Flash and Feather Storm, but he's still dead, I think. One more auto, he gets it done, and that's a shutdown into the pockets of Ruler. He has an insane team fight in the last one, and then he just kind of, the Rakan comes in and you cannot avoid the knockup. You have to respect it. But he didn't. You mentioned the greed, and I think that was the greediest thing. He should have just flashed it or Feather Storm, but he didn't. Rascal is just going to die. Not sure what's going on with people just randomly getting caught in side lanes, but we've seen that.
And Morgan has the ability to make a play happen, but he's only got a little bit of time.
Okay, Morgan, you use that Gnar onto Clid, and Clid survives. So now a big cooldown is gone, and in goes the knockup. Huge play from Life. Gets the big engage. But Vista staying alive, Toby staying alive. Can they do anything? Doesn't look huge team fight plus the drink.
Yeah, that's the issue. You use the Gnar so early, he times out. So he feels he has to do something. You sit back and wait. Essentially, you're going to be 4v5ing in that fight without the Mega Gnar. So he decides to go in, but it's the wrong choice. And then Chovy's on the wrong side of this team fight.
Chovy, I think he was looking to get Life here, but that's not actually going to happen. Gen T looking to turn this one around. He goes in onto the set.
Again.
Do they have the damage to take him out? The answer is pretty much no, and it is just a crazy wombo combo into the backline. BDD's going to be the first one to go down, and this time around, Def stays alive. And this is what we've seen so many times.
Is this a magnet set or something? Like, why is everybody so attracted to him? Why do you ult the set of all the people you can ult in this fight, of all the people to right click? He has Haymaker.
Ruler's trying to go 1v3 right now, and I feel like Ruler's one of the only people who could do that on a low-range carry. Where Rascal does show on the ward. We are going to be fighting over this Infernal Drake, the Gnar bar. Reaching very close, and this is for the Infernal Soul. Into the backline, they get Deft again, but this time it's Infernal Soul, and Deft will go down. He uses his Feather Storm, but it is not enough, and now BDD is just literally assassinating people from 100 to 0. Triple kill, Penta, yells Ruler, but I don't think it's going to be the case here. They're a little bit too far away. BDD wants it. And with no Baron up, I suppose it's okay.
It's okay
that they are chasing for this, but
life indeed.
Okay, watch this. Rascal's trying to go 1v2, and he's gonna do it somehow. We don't get to see how that fight begins, but he makes it happen.
I guess that's going to be pretty handy here. We're going straight into this.
We're rushing this replay.
This is behind the scenes of how our replays are made. Okay, here we go.
How it's made.
They hide, they wait, they see him, and then he just comes straight in and gets a ton of value off of this spear.
Interesting that he focuses the full health Rumble, identifying the threat of the two.
I mean, that's where the real damage is going to come through, because Gnar doesn't have his bar up. And that was the theme, and has been this entire game.
Yeah, lots of threats on the side as BDD is looking for blood, takes out the Rumble, and in goes Ruler, assassinates Deft 1v1, and we will have our Ruler ending, as he mentioned, before the games even began. This is going to be the 2-0 going the way of Gen G tonight. And what an exciting series, Gen G able to pull it out here. Game number 1 was absolutely insane. Game number 2 just reaffirmed what we learned from the first game, and that is that Gen G is the better team tonight. And they absolutely proved it here in the second game. Chovy gonna make a last stand, but that will be his 6th death of game number 2. And in 31 minutes, Gen G will take down the Nexus, having a little bit of fun with their Zhonya's before they do the job.
And this is going to be one of those series that starts with a bang. One of our closest and definitely our most exciting games. Solo queue game on voice comms.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention, guys, a lot of people have asked this question. The lighter color on the damage bar is damage done to champions in the first 15 minutes of the game. So we had to get, we wanted to wait for the official, ruling on what that was exactly and figure it out and tell you guys. So let everybody know that's what it is.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason with the POG Interview Translation, and Gen.G took a victory over Hana Life Esports and started their winning streak. Congratulations, Clayton and Ruler. How are you feeling? It was a very tough win, but I'm satisfied that it's a 2-0 win. And it's a relief. Game number 1 was pretty long, but I think the last one was pretty clean, so it feels great. Ruler, Gen.G was able to turn the game around in game number 1. You guys completed the Lulu Koguma comp very early on. Was that a specific comp prepared for this Hana Life Esports series? We thought Koguma Lulu is a champion that we can always play, and today was a situation where we could kind of use it on stage. However, in game, it didn't really look that easy. Hana Life Esports was able to get many points around the top side of the map, but Koguma stayed untouched. Were you sure that Gen.G will still win the late game and turn the game around? Once I can fight in a situation where I can land my autos, I thought we could easily win that, but yeah, there were not many fights like that. When was the moment that you were sure that Gen.G will turn the game around? I don't really remember because that was so long and so long ago, and it was so hard, And Clid, after that big comeback game from Gen.G, you came back stronger for game number 2 and carried, especially the early game. Your early game pathing and gank was so on point. For game number 2, based on what we saw early on, I had the perfect angle to gank bottom lane because I think the bottom was already forced the flash out of Karma, and then later on, because they were playing very aggressively in lane, I got a perfect angle to gank again. I think the jungle meta definitely has shifted, it's now more about the ganks. I think there are some champions that are still good at farming, and also there are some champions that can pull off effective ganks. So I think now we just have a broader champion pool in the jungle. However, there were some moments where Hana Life Esports also turned the game around, especially they were able to ace the Gen.G players on the bottom lane. I think we were just trying to focus up and farm in order to, get back in game and turn the game once again around. And Clid, you played Volibear for 2 games in a row. Was that something based on the scrim result? Volibear has a lot of good skill sets. That's really good, especially during the objective contest. And this champion can tank and do damage at the same time, so I think this champion is very versatile. However, you built different items for 2 games. In game 1, I actually took Predator as my rune, so I knew that I will be lacking damage. So I just built tank items. However, in game 2, I took Press the Attack, so I went for the Divine Thunder this time around. Gen.G will look to continue the winning streak to number 3. How are we going to prepare for your upcoming match? I don't think we displayed a very clean performance, but we are still working really hard, so I would really appreciate all the love and support from the fans. I think our goal is to come back stronger and stronger in every upcoming matches, so we will try our best to always work hard and put up a better performance. And this will be the end of the interview from Clid and Ruler from Gen.G, and I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.